something about this trailer feels wrong in the best possible way. The kind of wrong that tells you Landman Season 2 Episode 5 is about to cross a line it can't come back from. The leaked details floating around aren't just teasing drama anymore, they're pointing toward a collapse that's been building quietly since the season began. And if you thought Tommy had already hit rock bottom, this episode is about to prove that the fall isn't over yet. Section 1. Landman Season 2 Episode 5 looks like the moment where all the pressure finally explodes, and the trailer makes that painfully clear. Up until now, the show has been stacking problems on top of Tommy one by one, almost slowly, like it wanted us to forget how fragile everything really is. But Episode 5 doesn't bother with patience. It drags every unresolved issue into the light at the same time. The trailer opens with an atmosphere that feels heavier than usual, like everyone already knows something bad is coming, but no one wants to say it out loud. Tommy looks exhausted in a way we haven't really seen before. Not angry, not defensive, just worn down. And that matters, because this is the first time the show hints that even he might be running out of fight. The leaked spoilers suggest that the financial mess around the company is no longer something that can be delayed or hidden behind negotiations. Whatever Cammy discovered in Monty's records is starting to ripple outward, and Episode 5 is where those ripples turn into waves. The trailer strongly implies that outside forces are circling closer, the kind that don't care about loyalty, legacy, or who gets hurt in the process. At the same time, Tommy is being pulled in too many directions, and for once, there is no clean solution. His role as a fixer is failing him, because this situation can't be fixed quietly. There's also a noticeable shift in how people look at him. The respect is still there, but so is doubt. And that's dangerous for someone like Tommy, whose power has always come from people believing he can handle anything. The leaks hint that a single decision he makes in this episode will set off consequences that stretch far beyond Episode 5, possibly reshaping the rest of the season. It's not framed as a heroic choice either. It's framed as a desperate one. Meanwhile, the trailer keeps cutting back to moments of silence, long pauses where characters seem to be weighing whether to speak or stay quiet. That silence says more than any dialogue. It suggests secrets are no longer just personal, they're structural, baked into the company itself. And once those kinds of secrets start to surface, there's no stopping the damage. Episode 5 isn't teasing shock value just for the sake of it. It's teasing inevitability. The feeling that everything we've been watching slowly unravel was always heading here. And the most unsettling part is that the trailer doesn't promise resolution. It promises fallout. What makes the leaked spoilers for Episode 5 so unsettling is how personal everything suddenly becomes. This isn't just about oil, money, or contracts anymore. It's about trust breaking in real time. According to the leaks, Cammy finally reaches a point where denial is no longer possible. The truth about Monty isn't just ugly, it's strategic. Every shady move he made was calculated, and Episode 5 strongly suggests that he knew exactly how much damage he was leaving behind. The trailer hints that Cammy begins connecting dots she didn't even know existed before, and once she does, there's no unseeing it. The company she's trying to protect may have been built on lies from the start. That realization hits her hard, not in a dramatic outburst, but in quiet moments where you can see the weight crushing her. And this is where things get dangerous, because Cammy starts questioning whether the company deserves to survive at all. The leaked spoilers suggest she seriously considers making a move that would shock everyone around her, something that could either save her sanity or completely destroy what's left of Monty's legacy. At the same time, Tommy is pulled deeper into Cooper's mess, and Episode 5 makes it clear that this problem is growing faster than he can control. The lender situation isn't cooling down, it's heating up. The trailer implies that pressure from Andy Garcia's character intensifies, and the tone is far more threatening than before. This isn't about reminders or warnings anymore, it's about enforcement. Tommy realizes that every step he takes to protect his son might actually make things worse. And that's a terrifying place for him to be, because his instincts as a father and his instincts as a negotiator are finally colliding. The leaks point to a moment where Tommy has to choose between doing what's legally smart and what feels morally necessary, and either choice comes with a brutal cost. Meanwhile, Cooper's confidence starts to crack. Yes, the oil is flowing, but the victory feels hollow now. Episode 5 seems to explore the idea that success without control is just another kind of trap. Cooper begins to understand that the debt hanging over him isn't just financial, it's psychological. Every decision he makes is now influenced by fear, and Tommy sees himself reflected in that fear more than he'd like to admit. Layered on top of all this is the ongoing tension with Tommy's father. The trailer briefly teases a confrontation that feels long overdue. Not explosive, not loud, but honest in a way that hurts more than shouting ever could. The leak suggests that Episode 5 forces Tommy to confront the pattern he's been repeating his entire life, running from responsibility while pretending he's carrying it. And the scariest part is that he starts realizing the damage that pattern has caused to everyone around him. Episode 5 doesn't feel like a turning point because things get better. It feels like a turning point because illusions finally break. And once they do, there's no comfort left, only hard choices and consequences that can't be undone. Episode 5 also appears to dig into the emotional cost of all this chaos in a way the season hasn't fully done yet. The trailer slows down just enough to remind us that beneath the business deals and threats, these are people who are barely holding themselves together. The leaked spoilers suggest that Tommy finally starts to feel the weight of being everyone's last line of defense. For years, he's survived by staying in motion, solving one crisis before the next one could catch up to him. But in this episode, there's nowhere left to run. The problems are piling up faster than he can move, and for the first time, his confidence feels more like a mask than a weapon. There's a strong hint that someone close to him begins questioning his judgment openly, not behind his back, but right to his face. And that moment seems to shake him more than any threat ever could, because when the people who rely on you stop believing, the ground disappears under your feet. The leaks point toward a quiet but devastating realization for Tommy that his reputation as a problem solver may actually be part of the problem. People keep cleaning up after his decisions, and now they're tired. At the same time, Cammie's storyline grows darker. The trailer suggests she starts preparing for outcomes she never thought she'd have to consider, including the possibility that stepping away might be the only way to survive what Monty left behind. This isn't framed as weakness, it's framed as exhaustion, the kind that comes from fighting battles you didn't choose. The leaked details hint at a private moment where Cammie finally allows herself to feel angry, not just at Monty, but at herself for trusting him. That anger fuels a decision that could permanently shift the balance of power within the company. Meanwhile, Cooper finds himself isolated in a way that's new and frightening. The trailer shows him surrounded by people, yet clearly alone, as if no one can actually help him now. The oil success that once made him feel untouchable becomes a constant reminder of the price he's paying. Episode 5 seems to push him toward a crossroads where he has to decide whether to keep pretending he's in control or finally admit how deep he's in. And looming over all of it is the sense that someone else is watching from the shadows, waiting for the right moment to step in. The leak suggests that this unseen pressure isn't random. It's calculated. Someone knows exactly when to strike to cause maximum damage. The trailer doesn't reveal who that is, but it makes one thing clear. Episode 5 is about exposure, not just of secrets, but of weaknesses. Every character is stripped down to their core fears, and once those fears are visible, they can be exploited. By the end of the episode, nothing feels stable anymore. Alliances feel fragile, trust feels temporary, and survival starts to look like a matter of timing rather than strength. Episode 5 doesn't promise answers. It promises tension that lingers long after the screen goes dark. By the time Episode 5 reaches its final stretch, the leaked spoilers suggest the damage is already done, even if no one fully understands it yet. The trailer gives off the feeling that this episode isn't about big explosions or dramatic twists, but about lines being crossed quietly, almost casually, in ways that can't be reversed. Tommy seems to walk into a situation believing he still has leverage, only to realize too late that the rules have changed. The people he's dealing with aren't interested in compromise anymore. They're interested in control. And once that becomes clear, every move Tommy makes feels reactive instead of strategic. That shift is crucial because it shows how vulnerable he really is beneath the tough exterior. The leaks hint that a single conversation in this episode will haunt him moving forward, not because of what is said, but because of what is agreed to in silence. It's the kind of moment that looks small on the surface, but carries massive consequences later. Cammie's arc reaches a breaking point as well. Episode 5 appears to push her toward a decision that forces her to choose between preserving Monty's legacy and protecting herself from being crushed by it. The trailer suggests she finally accepts that loyalty to the past is costing her the future. And that acceptance comes with grief, anger, and a sense of betrayal that doesn't fade easily. For Cooper, the weight of his choices fully settles in. The oil hasn't made him powerful, it's made him visible. And visibility in this world is dangerous. The leaked spoilers imply that he realizes someone else now holds the real power over his life, and that realization changes him. He's no longer reckless, but he's no longer free either. As the episode closes, there's a strong sense that the family dynamic is permanently altered. The tension between Tommy and his father lingers, unresolved but heavier than before. It's clear that the past isn't staying buried, and the cost of ignoring it is rising. The final moments teased in the trailer don't offer relief. They offer uncertainty, the kind that keeps you thinking long after the episode ends. Episode 5 doesn't try to win viewers back with spectacle. It tightens the pressure, narrows the space for hope, and makes one thing painfully clear. From this point on, every win will come with a loss, and every decision will leave scars that can't be hidden anymore. Episode 5 also appears to dig into the emotional cost of all this chaos in a way the season hasn't fully done yet. The trailer slows down just enough to remind us that beneath the business deals and threats, these are people who are